Hi, I'm Jadah. I'm a senior stylist at Bleach London, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do your roots at home. You're going to want to touch up your roots every 6 to 8 weeks, or when your regrowth gets to about 2 centimeters. The reason being, the heat from your scalp helps the bleach process. So if your root is getting longer than 2 centimeters, you're going to end up with a yellow band. So let's talk about all the tools you're going to need today to do this. So we've got our bleach, obviously. We have our crocodile clips so that we can section your hair really well to make sure that no bleach gets where we don't want it. We've got our e-coconut kit. You can use any bowl and brush as long as it's non-metallic. We've got our comb for more sectioning, a couple foils, and a bleach-proof towel to protect your clothes. So I always make sure that I leave my hair unwashed for about 48 hours or longer if I can handle it. It's gonna let the oils build up on my scalp and protect it. I also will say it's good to make sure that you have a couple hours to do this whole process because you don't want to be rushing. Now, I'm really used to doing my roots at home, but I always make sure I've got everything out in front of me and really familiarize myself with the things I'm gonna need. Timing is really important when you're bleaching your hair, so you don't want to be starting and stopping the whole time. It's also really important to read the instructions in your kit and familiarize yourself with the timings for your hair type. If you've got fine hair or coily hair, it's going to need a little bit less time than if you've got thicker hair. A really good way to find out which one you have is to take a single strand of hair between your fingers and give it a little twist. If you can feel it between your fingers when you do that, you probably have thicker hair, and if you can't, it might be finer. It's always really important to strand test your hair before bleaching, but in this case, when it's just your regrowth, as long as you haven't chemically altered it in any way since the last time you bleached your roots, you should be fine. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to someone at Bleach. The last thing you're going to need is something to help you with the back of your head. There's two options here. You could either set up 2 mirrors so you can see your reflection, or you can have a friend help you. I'm going to have a friend help me today. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, it's time to bleach my roots. I'm going to start by sectioning my hair into 4 quadrants. The best way to do this is to go from forehead to nape, and then from top of the head to the top of the ears. I'm going to use my pintail comb to do so. And a really good way to secure it is using your crocodile clips. The cleaner your sections are, the better you're going to have the outcome be. I don't think I'm gonna clip the front, it's too funny. I've got my gloves on, it's time to mix the bleach. So I'm gonna whisk it until it's smooth and creamy. That looks about good to me. So I'm gonna start with the first 2 sections at the front of my head. I'm gonna begin by painting the parting, and then I'll be taking super fine slices along the part. You want them to be fine enough that you could read the paper through them. So I'm going to hold my hair with really good tension and take a little bit of bleach on my brush. I'm going to make sure that when I paint it onto my root, I'm being really careful not to overlap on to the previous bleach. I'm going to then continue it on to the other side. Once I've finished doing the parting, I'm going to place a foil on the side that I won't be painting yet. And I'll be taking my really fine sections I was talking about before along the parting, flipping them over, and painting it onto both sides of the root. Like I said, it's really important not to overlap onto your pre-existing bleach because it can really stress out the hair. So if you do find that you get a little bit on a piece that you don't want it on, or it goes a little bit over the line, what you could do is take your brush and just squish it back up onto the regrowth. And you'll just continue that. It's also really important to keep the tail of your brush really clean so that when you're sectioning, you're not getting bleach anywhere that you don't want it. All right, so now that I've gotten fully through my section, I'm gonna go back in and cross-check by taking really fine sections and pulling them down I'm just painting the bleach onto any little spots that I feel like I've missed. And when I get up to the top around the front, I'm gonna cover those little baby hairs that I left out as well. All right, now that I'm done with my first side, I'm gonna repeat the same on the other. I'm gonna get a fresh piece of foil, place it gently on the first side, and then go through and do the same thing. So taking super fine sections, always holding on to the hair that you're painting on to the root of to keep it really nice and tight so you're not getting all those flyaways in there. And really fine slices along the parting. All right, so I've got the full front of my hair on and I've set my timer. You can check the box kit for the best timing for you. Now it's time to do the back. I've got Fran here to help me. And she's gonna repeat the same process that I did on the front, on the back. All right, so the back is all on. Thank you, Fran. We're gonna set a timer for that and be checking it every 10 minutes. I'm gonna do a little scrape test to show you how. So you're gonna take your hair, pull it out, and just push the bleach towards your root off of the hair. You're looking for the color and also to make sure that there's no areas that are getting super white or stretchy. It looks like mine's ready, so I'm gonna rinse it now. All right, so I've rinsed and shampooed the front. Now I've just got to wait for the second timer to go off. Oh, there's the second timer. I'm gonna go rinse the back off now. All right, I've shampooed my hair. My roots are feeling fresh and it's time to tone. If you have any questions, just get in touch. Thanks so much for bleaching with me.